I'm a Republican, because you ask, are there any Republicans that are part of your battle? I'm a Republican, but it is not a Republican issue, and it is not a Democratic issue. Both parties do the same thing. In some states it's the Republicans that do it, the gerrymandering, and in some states it's the Democrats that do it. And the bottom line is normally when an actor comes out of the court, it's because he got probation. But this is a little different, because we are here today to ask the Supreme Court to fix something that the politicians will never do. As Einstein said, those who created the problem will not be able to solve it. And this is exactly what will happen here. Because the politicians are interested in only one thing, and this is to stay in power. To stay in power no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. And to protect the incumbent. And why do they want to protect the incumbent? Because they don't have to create any performance, no action. When you protect the incumbent, you're protecting them so there's no competition. And when there's a lack of competition, then there's a lack of action and performance. And that's what we have seen in the last 20 years now. A lack of action, a lack of performance. And they will not fix it, the politicians. So that's why we are here at the Supreme Court and ask the Supreme Court to help us fix the system and to get rid of this kind of terrible gerrymandering that is really a fixed system where the politicians choose the voters rather than the voters choosing the politicians.
This is a time of really a threat to our democracy. Obviously, what's important about America, I think we value most, is that it be government of, by, and for the people, guaranteed by the right to vote. But that right to vote is subject to severe threat with gerrymandering of the kind that went on in Wisconsin. This is a map that effectively determined in advance who was going to control the government of Wisconsin, the Assembly of Wisconsin, in advance for a whole 10 years, regardless of how the people might decide to vote. Gerrymandering is getting more severe with the kinds of computing technologies we now have available, with a polarized, more predictable electorate. And so what we asked the court to do today was to recognize that this constitutional violation finally has to be brought under control, and that only the courts can do it. The politicians are not going to do it, and the voters in places like Wisconsin can't do it because they can't get the issue on the ballot without the consent of the legislature. Congress is not going to fix the problem, and so only the courts can fix a problem of constitutional dimension. That this was a map that in which they went in a locked room for 4 months and tried their best to maximize partisan advantage and eliminate even the possibility that the other party could ever have a shot at taking control of the state for the next 10 years.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.